Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. I'm so excited to share this video with you because 2025 has been absolutely amazing for Nintendo Switch. We've gotten some incredible games that I've been playing non-stop. Today I'm counting down the top 20 best new Nintendo Switch games of 2025. I've put so many hours into these games, and I can't wait to tell you why each one deserves a spot on your wish list. Let's jump right in. Lunar Remastered Collection. The Lunar games are back and they look incredible on Switch. This collection brings two classic RPGs, Silver Star Story and Eternal Blue, with updated graphics that keep the original charm. You play as Alex, a young guy who dreams of being a hero like his idol, Draymond. The story follows his journey to save the world alongside friends like Luna, who has a mysterious connection to the goddess Althena. The turn-based combat is simple, but fun. You move around the battlefield and use magic, items, and special attacks. What makes these games special is the amazing voice acting and anime cutscenes that tell the story beautifully. The remaster adds quality of life improvements like faster battles and save anywhere, making these 90s classics perfect for modern players. Memoire. The Oath in Felghana. This is a fantastic action RPG that puts you in the shoes of Adol, a red-haired adventurer who arrives in the town of Redmont with his friend Dogi. They discover that Dogi's hometown is in trouble. Monsters are attacking, and strange things are happening around an ancient tower. The story digs into old legends and dark secrets without giving too much away. The gameplay is pure action. You run around, jump, and slash enemies with your sword while dodging attacks in real time. You can charge up your weapon for powerful strikes and collect magic that shoots fireballs and lightning. The boss fights are intense and require you to learn patterns and react quickly. What I love most is how smooth the combat feels. Every hit has impact, and the music gets you pumped up for battle. It's challenging but fair, making victory feel earned. All in Abyss. Judge the Fake. This game caught me off guard with how unique it is. You play as a judge in a weird world where you have to decide what's real and what's fake. The story is mysterious. You're investigating strange cases in a place called the Abyss, where reality gets twisted. I can't say too much without spoiling it, but expect mind-bending puzzles and plot twists. The gameplay mixes detective work with puzzle solving. You examine evidence, interview characters, and make decisions that affect the story. What's cool is the judgment system, where you literally decide if something is true or false, and your choices matter. The art style is dark and atmospheric, perfect for the mysterious tone. The game makes you think hard about every decision, and just when you think you know what's happening, it throws another curveball at you. Blade Chimera is a side-scrolling action game that feels like classic Castlevania, but with its own personality. You play as a demon hunter exploring a cursed castle filled with monsters and secrets. The story follows your quest to stop an evil force that's spreading darkness, but there are personal stakes involved that I won't spoil. The gameplay is all about exploring interconnected rooms, finding new abilities, and backtracking to reach previously inaccessible areas. Combat is satisfying. You swing your sword, cast spells, and can transform into different forms with unique abilities. The Chimera transformation system lets you absorb enemy powers and use them yourself, which adds strategy to fights. Boss battles are epic and require you to use all your skills. The pixel art is gorgeous with smooth animations, and the soundtrack has that perfect gothic atmosphere. If you love exploration and gradual power progression, this game will hook you for hours. Wars is back and better than ever on Switch. This game puts you in a dystopian future where overpopulation has forced humanity into prison cities. You play as a sinner with a million-year sentence who must fight dangerous monsters called abductors to reduce your time. The story explores themes of freedom and sacrifice as you uncover the truth about your world and your past. The gameplay is unique. It's like Monster Hunter mixed with Attack on Titan. You use weapons and a special thorn, like a grappling hook, to climb on giant robot enemies and cut off their parts. You can drag fallen enemies and even rescue captured allies during missions. The customization is deep. You can modify weapons, upgrade your android partner, and change your appearance. Co-op multiplayer lets you team up with friends to take down the biggest threats. The remaster adds better graphics and smoother performance, making this hidden gem shine on Switch.
Semper Abductor Pod. Pod will glow blue when locked on.
Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. The rats are back for another brutal adventure. You play as Arlo, a young rat who must defend his kingdom from invading enemies during a harsh winter. The story is darker than you'd expect from cute animal characters. It deals with war, loss, and growing up fast when your world is under threat. Without spoiling anything, expect emotional moments and tough choices. The gameplay is challenging 2D combat where timing is everything. You need to dodge, block, and attack at the right moments or you'll die quickly. The game doesn't hold your hand. Enemies hit hard and you need to learn their patterns. You can craft weapons and armor, upgrade your gear, and unlock new abilities as you progress. The hand-drawn art style is beautiful but also shows the harsh reality of this world. If you played the first game, this sequel improves on everything while telling a compelling new story.
A sky scorcher. Not a fairy's tale, but an undead beast whose very breath could level kingdoms. And its eye was trained on Arlo. All that came next was a fog of bloodlust.
Laika, aged through blood. This game is absolutely wild! You play as Laika, a mother coyote living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, riding a motorcycle and fighting to protect her family. The story deals with heavy themes like survival, parenthood, and what you'll do to keep your loved ones safe. I won't spoil the emotional moments, but this game hits different. The gameplay is unique. You're constantly on your motorcycle, and the bike handles realistically with physics that take practice to master. Combat happens while riding. You shoot enemies, perform stunts, and use the environment to your advantage. The aiming system requires skill as you have to account for momentum and gravity. What makes it special is how the motorcycle isn't just transportation. It's part of the combat system. Crashes hurt, fuel runs out, and you need to maintain your bike. The art style is gorgeous with a realistic feel that makes the world feel lived in and dangerous. Symphonia is a beautiful action-adventure game about a young musician named Felghana who discovers he can use music to heal a dying world. The story follows his journey to restore harmony to different regions, each with their own musical themes and problems. Without giving away plot details, expect a heartwarming tale about the power of music and bringing people together. The gameplay centers around musical combat. You create melodies that damage enemies, heal allies, and solve environmental puzzles. Different instruments have different effects, and you can combine notes to create powerful songs. The world reacts to your music. Flowers bloom, water flows, and creatures come to life when you play the right tunes. Exploration rewards you with new songs and instruments that expand your abilities. The art style is like a living painting with vibrant colors and flowing animations. The soundtrack is incredible, which makes sense since music is so important to the game. Momodora, Moonlit Farewell. This is the final game in the beloved Momodora series, and it's a masterpiece. You play as Momo, a priestess on a pilgrimage to save her village from a curse. The story is the darkest and most emotional in the series, dealing with sacrifice, duty, and saying goodbye to things you love. I won't spoil the ending, but bring tissues. The gameplay is classic Metroidvania with pixel-perfect platforming and challenging combat. You use a leaf as your main weapon, which sounds weak but becomes incredibly powerful with upgrades. The game adds new mechanics like prayer abilities that give you temporary boosts and environmental interactions that weren't in previous games. Boss fights are intense and require pattern recognition and quick reflexes. What sets this apart is the incredible pixel art. Every frame is handcrafted with amazing detail and smooth animations. The music is hauntingly beautiful, perfectly matching the melancholy tone. Cato, Buttered Cat is pure genius. You play as Cato, a cat who gets butter on his back. And according to the old joke, cats always land on their feet, while buttered toast always lands butter side down. This creates a paradox that gives you anti-gravity powers. The story is surprisingly deep for such a silly concept. Cato is trying to get home while discovering the science behind his condition and meeting other weird characters. The gameplay is unlike anything I've ever played. You control gravity and momentum to solve puzzles and navigate levels. You can stick to ceilings, walls, and even float in midair by managing your rotation. The physics are perfect. Every movement feels natural despite being impossible. Levels get incredibly creative with the concept, introducing new mechanics like magnetic surfaces and wind currents. The humor is spot on with clever writing and animations that will make you laugh out loud. Fantasy Life I is back, and it's amazing. You play as a character who can live multiple lives, literally becoming a blacksmith, mage, knight, or chef whenever you want. The story follows a girl with the power to steal time itself, and you're trying to figure out this mystery while living your fantasy life. The gameplay lets you switch between 12 different jobs, each with unique skills and storylines. You can craft weapons as a blacksmith, then switch to warrior and use those same weapons in battle. The world is huge and colorful, filled with quests that actually matter to your character growth. What makes this special is how every job feels important. Cooking food helps in battles, mining gets materials for crafting, and fighting protects other players. You can play solo or with friends online, making it perfect for any playstyle. The graphics are bright and charming, and the progression system keeps you hooked for hours. Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. This is a science fiction role-playing game that totally surprised me. You play as a sleeper, an artificial human consciousness in a robotic body, trying to survive on a space station. The story deals with what it means to be human when you're not technically human, and your fight for freedom in a corporate-controlled future. Without spoiling anything, expect deep themes about identity and belonging. The gameplay uses dice rolls to determine your actions each day. You might succeed brilliantly or fail completely based on luck and planning. You need to manage your energy, build relationships with other characters, and make tough choices that affect the entire station. What's brilliant is how the dice system creates real tension. You never know if your plan will work. The writing is incredible, making you care about every character you meet. The art style is gorgeous with a cyberpunk aesthetic that perfectly matches the story. It's more about storytelling than action, but the emotional impact is huge. Ender Magnolia is a beautiful Metroidvania that caught my heart. You play as a young priestess named Lilac who wakes up in a world covered by deadly mist. The story follows her journey to purify corrupted spirits and restore life to the land. What makes this special is how you don't just fight enemies, you heal them and turn them into allies. The gameplay focuses on exploration and purification rather than destruction. You gain new abilities by helping spirits, and each one gives you different powers to reach new areas. The combat is gentle but engaging. You use magic to cleanse corruption rather than dealing damage. The world is interconnected with secrets hidden everywhere, rewarding curious players. The hand-drawn art is absolutely stunning with soft colors and flowing animations that make everything feel alive. The soundtrack is peaceful and emotional, perfectly matching the healing theme. It's a game about hope and restoration in a world that's lost both, making every victory feel meaningful and uplifting. Xenoblade Chronicles X is finally on Switch and it's incredible. You play as a customizable human survivor on the alien planet Mira after Earth gets destroyed. The story follows humanity's struggle to build a new home while dealing with hostile alien factions and mysterious threats. Without spoiling the twists, expect science fiction that gets wild. The gameplay is massive. You explore huge open areas, fight giant monsters, and pilot awesome mechs called Skells. Combat mixes real-time movement with menu-based attacks, letting you chain combos with your party members. The Skell mechs completely change how you play. Suddenly you can fly around the world and fight kaiju-sized enemies. Character customization is deep with different classes, weapons, and armor sets. The world of Mira is gorgeous with diverse biomes full of secrets and side quests. This definitive edition adds new story content and quality of life improvements that make the experience smoother. If you love JRPGs with massive worlds to explore, this is essential.
Open fire! Follow me!
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Flame grenade!
Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Fighting game fans, this collection is amazing. It includes 8 classic Capcom fighters like Capcom vs SNK 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, and Power Stone 2. These aren't just ports, they're perfect recreations with online play, rollback netcode, and tons of extras. The gameplay varies between games, but all feature tight controls and deep combat systems. Street Fighter Alpha 3 has incredible combos and character variety, while Power Stone is chaotic 4-player action in 3D arenas. Capcom vs SNK 2 lets you pick different fighting styles for each character, creating endless strategy options. What makes this collection special is the museum mode with concept art, music, and development history for each game. Online play works perfectly with minimal lag, making it easy to find matches. The training modes help newcomers learn advanced techniques, while experts can dive into frame data. Whether you're a fighting game veteran or newcomer, there's something here for everyone. The value is incredible. You're getting 8 full games for the price of 1. Rune Factory is back with a fresh take on the farming RPG formula. You play as a guardian, protecting the land of Azuma from mysterious threats while managing your farm and building relationships. The story blends Japanese mythology with the series' signature charm, following your character's journey to master both sword and plow. The gameplay perfectly balances farming, combat, and social simulation. You'll plant crops, raise monsters as pets, explore dangerous dungeons, and romance villagers. Combat is real-time action where you can use swords, magic, or even your farming tools as weapons. The monster taming system lets you befriend creatures and have them help with farm work or fighting. What's new is the Japanese setting with beautiful shrines, cherry blossoms, and traditional festivals throughout the year. The graphics are gorgeous with detailed character animations and lush environments. Crafting is deeper than ever with hundreds of items to create. The relationship system feels meaningful with fully voiced characters and personal storylines. It's the perfect blend blend of relaxing farming and exciting adventure.
Got him where it hurt. Not too good.
These legendary RPGs are finally available on modern systems. Suikoden tells the story of political intrigue and rebellion as you gather 108 unique characters to fight against corruption. The first game follows a young Imperial Guard who becomes a rebel leader, while the second deals with war between city-states. Both stories are mature and complex without being too dark. The gameplay features traditional turn-based combat with a unique army battle system where you command massive forces. What makes Suikoden special is recruiting 108 different characters, each with their own personality, backstory, and abilities. Some join through story events, others need to be convinced or found in hidden locations. The political storytelling is incredible with morally great characters and tough decisions. Combat stays engaging with different formation strategies and combo attacks between characters. The HD Remaster updates the graphics while keeping the original pixel art charm. Quality of life improvements like faster battles and auto-save make these classics accessible to modern players. If you love story-driven JRPGs with massive casts, this collection is essential. Shotgun Cop Man. This game is pure adrenaline. You play as a cop with a shotgun, fighting through waves of criminals in over-the-top action sequences. The story is simple but effective. You're cleaning up the streets one shell at a time while uncovering a conspiracy. Don't expect deep plot twists, just satisfying justice. The gameplay is fast-paced shooting with perfect controls that make every blast feel powerful. You auto-aim at enemies but need to manage your positioning, reloading, and special abilities. Different shotgun types change your playstyle. Spread shots for crowds, slugs for armor, and explosive shells for vehicles. The level design keeps you moving with destructible environments and multiple paths through each area. What makes it special is the satisfying feedback. Enemies react realistically to shots, and the sound design makes every gunshot feel impactful. Boss fights are intense encounters that test your reflexes and weapon mastery. The pixel art style is detailed with smooth animations and great visual effects. It's short but incredibly replayable with different difficulty modes and score challenges. Perfect for when you want mindless fun. The 100-line Last Defense Academy. This visual novel blew my mind. You play as students at a military academy who must defend against an invasion using giant mechs called 100 Lines. The story deals with war, friendship, and growing up fast when your world is under attack. Without spoiling anything, expect emotional moments and plot twists that will keep you guessing. The gameplay mixes visual novel storytelling with tactical mech combat. During story sections, you make choices that affect relationships and story outcomes. Combat is turn-based strategy, where you position your mechs on a grid and use different weapons and abilities. Each pilot has unique skills, and their mech can be customized with different parts and weapons. What makes it special is how the story and combat connect. Your relationships with characters affect their performance in battle. The artwork is stunning with detailed character designs and impressive mech battles. Voice acting brings every character to life with emotional performances. The music perfectly matches each scene, from quiet character moments to epic battle themes. It's a long game with multiple routes and endings, giving incredible value for visual novel fans.
各メンバーのスキルを使って敵を効率的に殺しまくる。ボルテージが 100% 以上溜まったら必殺技で広範囲を一気殲滅。それが戦闘の基本ね。シンプルでしょ。
Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo. This indie gem completely surprised me. You play as Pipistrello, a bat who finds a magical yo-yo that gives him incredible powers but also brings dangerous enemies. The story follows his journey to master the yo-yo while uncovering the mystery behind its curse. Expect humor, heart, and some surprisingly dark moments. The gameplay is pure platforming perfection. The yo-yo isn't just a weapon, it's your main tool for movement and puzzle solving. You can swing from platforms, grab distant objects, and perform complex tricks that feel amazing to pull off. Combat requires timing and creativity as you use the yo-yo's physics to defeat enemies in clever ways. Each level introduces new mechanics that build on the yo-yo concept without ever feeling repetitive. The difficulty curve is perfect, challenging but never frustrating thanks to precise controls and fair level design. The pixel art is gorgeous with incredible attention to detail and smooth animations that bring Pipistrello to life. The soundtrack is catchy and memorable with tunes that perfectly match each area's theme. What makes this number one is how it takes a simple concept and executes it flawlessly with creativity, polish, and pure fun factor. There you have it, my top 20 best new Nintendo Switch games of 2025. What an incredible year it's been for gaming. From epic JRPGs to creative indie games, the Switch continues to be the perfect home for amazing experiences. Which of these games are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys and discovering new games to check out. If this video helped you discover your next gaming obsession, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content. I've got some awesome videos coming up that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching.